Hello everyone, my name is Patrick and this is CodeExpect channel. I'm excited to start a new series on Adobe App Builder, a game-changing tool that's transforming how we work with Adobe Commerce and other Adobe solutions. With App Builder, we are no longer limited to traditional Adobe Commerce modules. Adobe has given us the power to extend e-commerce applications and seamlessly integrate with other platforms like never before. So we are moving away from the old model of tightly coupled monolithic Magento Adobe Commerce applications where everything was part of one system. And instead we are embracing a microservices approach where features and integrations are broken into separate apps connected through APIs. These apps can now be maintained independently, offering a level of flexibility and scalability that we've never seen before. Why do we need this shift? Adobe Commerce is already a powerful enterprise-grade platform with robust core features, modular customization, and a marketplace of extensions. It's designed for large enterprises that often manage multiple channels, touchpoints, and third-party integrations. As these businesses grow, the need to break components apart becomes essential. So rather than adding everything directly into the core system, App Builder allows developers to build external applications that work alongside the core platform using a microservices architecture. So this separation not only improves performance, but also makes scaling, maintenance, and automation much easier. And although the focus of this series is App Builder, I wanted to mention that Adobe has already rolled out several innovative services like Live Search, Catalog Service, Product Recommendations, and API Mesh. These tools not only enhance existing features, but also bring fresh solutions to optimize Adobe Commerce projects, offloading tasks and helping create enterprise-grade applications that are among the best in the market. But before we dive into what a builder is, let's take a moment to reflect on the history of Magento, now known as Adobe Commerce, and the direction we are heading. So the journey started with the launch of Magento 1. Many of you probably worked with Magento 1. I personally made my first commit to the version 1.9.2. And as you know, Magento began as a monolithic application, meaning all parts of the system front-end, back-end, database interactions, and business logic were tightly integrated into a single code base. This meant that the entire application had to be scaled as a whole, which limited flexibility. If one part of the system needed to scale, the entire system had to be scaled. Then came Magento 2, which, while still monolithic, brought significant improvements to the platform with new features and possibilities. It also introduced Magento Cloud, which offloaded the burden of hosting and maintenance to cloud services, freeing up resources and simplifying many operations. A major turning point came when Adobe acquired Magento. This marked the shift toward a headless architecture, where the front-end and back-end were decoupled. We saw improvements in REST APIs and the introduction of GraphQL APIs to cover the entire system. With headless architecture, we were no longer tied to the old HTML files, enabling us the use of modern front-end technologies like progressive web apps and frameworks like Vue Storefront. Today, we are in an exciting phase where we are decoupling even further. Adobe has begun rolling out new composable services that are no longer modules within the core Adobe Commerce platform, but rather services like Live Search, Product Recommendations, Price Indexer, and payment services that are now external and can be scaled independently. And Adobe has gone even further. With Adobe App Builder, a framework created to help us adopt and build composable architecture ourselves. So now the question is, what exactly is Adobe App Builder? And App Builder is a powerful platform that allows us to build, manage, and run custom apps on Adobe's cloud infrastructure. With App Builder, we can create custom services that integrate seamlessly with Adobe Commerce and other Adobe solutions. This marks as a major leap forward, making our architecture more flexible, scalable, and customizable than ever before. Let's take a look at what a builder includes. So firstly, we get access to Adobe Developer Console, a platform to manage projects, APIs, and services. Then we get developer tools, so resources like the AIO CLI, Spectrum React components, and more to simplify the development process. IO Management API, so this is a service that manages secure authentication and authorization for Adobe services. IO Runtime, a serverless infrastructure for hosting apps, ensuring smooth scalability. IO Events, asynchronous event-driven integrations that allow apps to respond in real time to changes in Adobe Commerce. Then we also get Webhooks, which are synchronous calls to external systems triggered by Adobe Commerce events, and they are ideal for scenarios where commerce needs immediate responses like calculating order totals or verifying payments. API-based integrations, so seamlessly connect with Adobe services through well-documented APIs. Single-page applications, we can embed directly our app builder's apps into the Adobe Commerce admin panel, eliminating the need for XML-based configurations. And also we have API Mesh, which allows for the combination of multiple data sources into a single endpoint using GraphQL for efficient data querying, which simplifies the integration process and accelerates app builder development. So what exactly can we create with Adobe App Builder? That's a very good question. We can create custom integrations, so we can develop solutions that connect Adobe Commerce with external systems, for example, integrations with PIM or ERP. To help developers be even more efficient, Adobe prepared Adobe Commerce Integration Starter Kit, which simplifies Adobe Commerce integration with ready-to-use components and templates. Real-time event handling, so we can build integrations that respond instantly to Adobe Commerce events. We can use asynchronous events to automate tasks like order notifications and inventory updates. And for tasks that need immediate responses, such as calculating shipping fees, synchronous webhooks enable real-time data exchange with external services. We can also create single-page applications with ready-to-use React Spectrum components. We can build custom front-end applications that we can then integrate into Adobe Commerce admin panel. With these powerful capabilities, we can unlock new potential for our applications. However, with these great possibilities comes great responsibility. And as developers, we need to adjust the way we think and approach system implementation. We are moving from the traditional monolithic approach to a microservices architecture. This means that instead of building one large, tightly coupled system, we now break down functionality into smaller independent services that can be developed, deployed, and scaled separately. This shift requires a new mindset. We are no longer dealing with a single code base where all components live under one roof. Now, each service, whether it's related to payments, inventory, or customer data, can exist on its own, communicating with other services through APIs. This allows us for modular architecture, where individual components can be updated, replaced, or scaled without affecting the entire system. And here the benefits are huge. So we have faster deployment cycles. We can develop, test, and release individual services quickly without waiting for a full system deployment. We also get greater flexibility because we can easily integrate third-party services or swap out parts of our system without disrupting everything else. And also we get improved scalability. Instead of scaling the whole application, you can scale only the parts of your system that need it, optimizing performance and costs. The good news for existing projects is that you can continue running your current platform as is while having these new tools at your disposal. This flexibility allows you to modernize your platform at your own pace, decoupling specific modules to boost performance, eliminate technical debt, and enhance backend integrations. With this gradual approach, you can make your platform more reliable and ready for future growth without a complete system rebuild. Thank you very much for watching. Let's take the next step with Adobe App Builder. And in our next video, we'll explore how to set up your first App Builder app. Don't miss it.